Hello everyone, my name is Nilsor and welcome to my vault. Today on Fallout New Vegas 101 we are going to talk about the first DLC named Dead Money, starting with the history of the Sierra Madre. The Sierra Madre is a massive casino which construction was ordered not long before the Great War by a rich businessman named Frederick Sinclair. In love with the, at the time famous starlet Vera Keys, Sinclair wanted the Sierra Madre to be both a monument and a way to protect her from the imminent nuclear war with China, which Sinclair foresaw. Even though he was having some financial difficulties, Sinclair managed to pull all his remaining resources into the construction. As the architect, Sinclair divided the Sierra Madre in several areas: the main entrance area for welcoming visitors, the medical district, the residential district for casinos, high rollers and entertainers, Salida del Sol, home of the local church and the casino staff, Puesta del Sol, where were located various stores, and the casino itself. Sinclair prioritized the casino by pouring his largest sum of money into it. The rest of the villa had to make do with what was left. It was therefore poorly constructed. The material used were unstable, frequent accidents plagued its constructions, even though the medical reports about it were kept secret or destroyed. Shipping problems were also abundant, with some materials lacking, while others were overstocked. The casino, on the other hand, designed by Sinclair himself, was built like a fortress. The walls were able to block out radio reception or broadcast, and the entrance doors were made to be sealed shut in case of a nuclear attack. Divided in several areas, the casino was composed of the lobby, the Cantina Madrid, where were to be served only the best dishes, the gambling area, the Tampico Theater, where famous performers were to give their show, the luxurious executive suites, and an underground vault shelter containing Sinclair's most valuable assets, with the only access being an elevator which could only be opened by Vera Keys' voice. To be able to provide the Sierra Madre with the necessary technologies to make it a fortress, Sinclair contracted the massive private defense research company known as Big Empty. He notably asked them to provide security holograms that would actually be able to defend his casino. Big Empty was unable to provide anything else but regular holograms devoid of aggressive components due to their beliefs that it was a waste of resources to try to weaponize an intangible object. Nonetheless, Sinclair contacted another research company named National Electric, which was actually able to arm with lasers the Big Empty prototypes. The security holograms were able to knock out unconscious any intruders who would try vainly to punch them or before they could find the holographic emitters. In return for the technologies supplied by Big Empty, Sinclair agreed that they could use the Sierra Madre to test some of their new experimental devices without knowing the full extent of what it meant. Some of these new technologies were pretty useful, such as the vending machines able to transform the Sierra Madre chips and other source of raw material into other goods as long as a schematic was available. Other technologies, on the other hand, were just impractical, like the kitchen knives made out of saturnite alloy, which were so sharp they sliced through the cutting board, and were retaining so much heat it sometimes melted entire appliances. But the biggest catch was when they started testing out what will become the Cloud. It was a blood-red toxic artificial airborne element deployed in the air ventilation as part of a bigger experiment to test out the healing abilities of the new autolock. The villa's workers were the first exposed to its harmful effects, with Sinclair left unaware of it. Even a small amount proved to be deadly. There came the experimental hazmat suits, which were supposed to protect from it. It failed miserably as they were corrosed by the Cloud, trapping workers in it, only being broke free by using the saturnite knives to cut through it. But the biggest problem Sinclair had to deal with was not at all related with the villa or the casino, it was Vera Keys. Dean Domino, a famous English pre-war lounge singer and Vera's ex-lover, introduced her to Sinclair. He quickly became jealous of the rich businessman when, after being invited to the Sierra Madre, Sinclair's shadow was obscuring his own place in the spotlights. He therefore put up a heist with Vera in order to steal everything from Sinclair and to humiliate him. She was to make Sinclair fall in love with her to be able to access his precious vault. The plan worked for a while, as we can see in the Taj Mahal-like construction of the Sierra Madre, but Sinclair eventually found out about it. Bittered by this discovery, he repurposed the vault to become a death trap. When they would go down to take the treasure within the Sierra Madre's vault, the two thieves would be trapped in it, with the elevator going up permanently, laser turrets and security holograms guarding the entrance. But Vegas, overwhelmed by guilt, got cold feet and confessed everything to Sinclair. This didn't preclude Dean Domino to blackmail her so that she wouldn't bail out on the heist. It consisted of threatening her to spread out the word about her addiction to Medex and super stim packs, but Dean was unaware that it was due to a terminal illness she was suffering from, the drugs only helping her to cope with the symptoms. In any case, Sinclair backed down from his thirst for payback and tried to disassemble the trap's mechanics. He went down in the vault, tried to jury-rig the electronics by directly accessing them from the pipes. Unfortunately, a leak of the cloud killed him before he could accomplish his tasks, only able to leave a forgiving message to Vera in the vault's computer. Ironically, the nuclear bombs fell the very day of the casino's opening on October 23, 2077, just before the grand opening show was about to take place, giving later on to the casino a feel of being frozen in time. The visitors were trapped inside the lobby and killed by the security holograms. Dean Domino survived somehow and became ghoulified. His obsession with the heist only grew stronger and is still planning to this day on looting Sinclair's vault. Vegas was imprisoned inside her room and died there from an overdose dispensed by her personal autodoc. The radio signal for the casino's advertisements was sent out on all broadcasts instead of only a few, a signal still audible today, drawing in looters to their doom. The cloud leaked out more and more over the years and started blanketing the entire Sierra Madre with its deadly effects. Some of the former walkers remained trapped within their hazmat suits and started mutating due to the unusual effects of the cloud. They became what are called today the ghost people. They do not speak nor eat or sleep, haunting the place and hunting anyone foolish enough to enter the Sierra Madre, dragging them into deep pockets of cloud. Seemingly immortal, they only die when one of their limb is severed. Recently, Father Elijah, the gone rogue Brotherhood of Steel Elder, came to the Sierra Madre to loot it of its technological wonders. He wanted to use the cloud and the security holograms to wipe the wasteland clean and start a new, better world. To do this, he captured unaware looters, strapped them with a collar bomb to ensure their good behavior, and sent them on the quest to finally open the casino's doors again. This is where you, the courier, came into play sometimes in 2281. On the next video, we will deal with the first quests in order to reunite your team. Thank you for watching, and see you later.